Everybody, this is the Dead Warfare here, and this is what is Deku Zombie Apocalypse Part 4. Last time we left off, Deku found Koda, put him at his thing, gave him the hatchet, because technically he doesn't need it, he has the bat, so the only thing he uses the hatchet for, pretty much, is somewhat of killing, and also cutting wood. I explained that, because I didn't know what the drawback of Koda's, work was, so I just made it so his drawback was if he's not hydrated, he can't produce water. Or no, he can produce water, but if he produces too much, he will become dehydrated. Which means technically, if he produces real slow and gentle like, you technically have an infinite water supply there. But if he uses too much of it at one time, that's it. So they have pretty much a walking infinite water supply. So they can pretty much camp out anywhere. So yeah, he goes out, gets him some water bottles, gets some more food because he's got to feed one more person. He's got to feed him and this little boy he got. He comes back to see Koda crying with a dead zombie, with a dead person next to him, which was a zombie, and then he killed it. And it has like the hatchet in its head and everything. And Deku asks what's wrong, and Koda's like, "That was my aunt." Yeah, fuck. She's dead. She's just dead. And Deku's like, I know how you feel. Kinda. My mom died out here. I really hope I don't. If you watched any of your loved ones die here, just know that they'll come back, but not in the good way. They'll come back in the bad way, and you're gonna have to get rid of them. So, be prepared for emotional regret. And they eat. Well, more Deku eats, because technically Koda already ate. And they're both discussing plans, like if they should go. Obviously, I forgot to mention this is in the forest where the summer camp is. That's why Mandalade, that's what her name is, I believe. I forgot. I'm pretty sure Ragdoll's the blue one, and Mandalade's the red one. I know who Tiger is. I forgot what the other one's name is, but I don't really care. So yeah, moving on. They start discussing plans on what they're gonna do. Like, are they going to try to head for UA? Are they just gonna stay here? What are they gonna do? And Deku says that UA is like a 2-day walk from here. So if we're gonna go to UA, we're gonna have to bring a way to sleep, a way to eat, and be as careful as possible. Actually, would it be 2 days? No, it would be like a couple hours, judging by that. So if they're gonna go, they're gonna have to go next thing in the morning, because it's like turning night. It's the 8th day. I think I forgot to say he went to bed on the 6th day, and then it was the 7th day last time, so yeah. So this is the 8th day. They have a couple more days to do. And they leave. They get up the next day, they eat, they drink, and they leave. They refill all their water bottles with the water from the river, because there's no point on using Koda, because it could make them dehydrated. So yeah. And they leave. Koda doesn't really have anything to carry stuff with other than 2 pockets. So yeah, Koda's just holding the hatchet. It has a water bottle in like his left pocket and nothing else in his right pocket. So yeah, and they just start walking. They walk and walk and walk, and ow, I just popped my toe. Hold up. Sorry about that. Someone started talking. Anyway, moving on. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, they just walk. So, like, let's say it's like 5 hours away. They're like through the first hour, it's like 7. Let's say they woke up at 6. It's like 7 for them. And every once in a while, they stop by some places to get some supplies. Go by some restaurants, use their stoves to, like, make a little meal whenever they get hungry when they walk. It's only like 5 hours away, so they don't, and they ate before they went, so they're not really hungry ever, but they do grab some more supplies, grab Koda like a kitchen knife, so then, and he puts it in like his pocket or something, grabs him a knife, so then he doesn't just have to use the hatchet, because either of them can use the hatchet, but since Koda didn't have a weapon and Deku did, he gave him the hatchet. Now Koda has the knife, but he suggests the hatchet more because the hatchet, with the knife, it's a bit more closer than the hatchet. And the hatchet, you have to do a swinging motion instead of with like a direct attack with a knife. So yeah. And then let's say like 2 hours later, they're 2 hours away from UA. They have a map with them. Let's say Deku found a map at some point and is walking through. And then they got one of them. They grabbed like a chip bag so then they can have a little snack. Well, they had like 2 mini chip bags. They ate the whole thing pretty fast. Drank some water, you know. Koda's water is like almost empty. Koda just refills that. Since he's not using a lot, it doesn't dehydrate him as much. So technically, he can give himself infinite water. Like this. Like, he drinks, he dries, it dry, but it gives, every time he uses it, it, like, divides that water by 15%. 50%. So, like, he gets half the dehydration, and it hydrates him fully, but, like, half that hydration would go away if he uses his quirk, as much as he uses. So if he drank a full-on water bottle, if he filled it, it'd be like he would waste as much hydration as if he would have drank half of one, you know? I don't really know how to explain it, really. But moving on. Last hour they get there. Guess what they run into? A little mob. Deku and Koda stay quiet. They sneak around it. Kill a couple zombies just to get rid of them, you know? Some in front of them. Like, this is pretty much just a Walking Dead scene from the games, you know? Every once in a while, zombies in front of them. They, like, pull it down, kill it. Deku is a little bit harder to use because his bat, and he doesn't want Koda to be in any danger. And so, hold up. My brother walked in and he asked for Kit Kats, and I was like, we don't have Kit Kats. But anyway, moving on. They kill a couple. They successfully sneak around it because I don't want to get into a major fight scene, especially with a kid around. His name is Koda. They make it to UA, and since they didn't immediately make it there, because like I said, they had to make it there before it was full, they can't get in. It's like, oh come on, that was a 5-hour walk and we had a great base. Huh. Guess we should hide out in one of these buildings around here. Or maybe if we get enough climbing tools, we can probably get up there. And Koda agrees. So They hide out in a building. One of the buildings. I don't really care which one. I don't really care. But anyway, that's the end of this one. This part. I'll do the next part. I'll probably do a different series after this one because, like, the series, I have it planned out pretty much too. Like, 2 of the episodes, like, already pretty much fully fledged out. Probably 3, actually, because it counts as how long it takes me to make, like, them. So, yeah. That's going to be the end of this one, guys. Bye.